the Flesh Signal 49 game. It goes along with the Flesh Signal 49 novel that came out with the Bongversations 49 and 50, which deal with the Indian tin oxide type of screen, which is derived from the human cholesterol, so-called human cholesterol. And so if you can read about the game here below, kind of what's the story behind it, the characters involved, and then actually the record. It tells you what you're going to be building, evidence, observations, this, that, and the other. That you have unresolved and refused tests. And then you can also get hung up. Now, hung up is the idea when you get tied down to something that you want to be true, but the tests somehow annoy you, and you can't follow through with the result because it goes against what you think you know. So then you get hung up. You get hoisted on your own petard type of idea. So then, of course, the only way to lose is by just being lazy and not doing the different tests or observations. So you run the game. It opens up. This is going to be the first question. So you are not being asked what you believe. You are being asked what you can establish. And then you then enter the signal here. Now, you see this button over on the upper left. You bring that up, and that's going to bring in the truth lab, the evidence record, things like that, which you'll need during the game. So as you get this first observation, the first signal, Glow has this event, and then you get to see, hear, touch, smell, taste, and then look at the present mind of the character in this event. So then what does Glow see? You press C. The sight, the observer's Glow senses his eyes. Glow watches the secure terminal. The display flickers in an uneven rhythm. A waveform rises and falls across the screen, then repeats. At this moment, Glow can establish only what her eyes are receiving. So then what did you observe? The terminal displayed changed during a routine sweep. And then observed a repeating waveform is visible. So if for some reason you're reading through and there's a word or a piece of equipment used, you can go to the truth lab here on the left, and it will give you an idea of what Indian tin oxide is. So if you clicked on that, you could see what that is. Then you go all the way down, you return to the lab. You can look at the cholesterol benzenate, which is, of course, the derived cholesterol to create the screen, like the Black Mirror type of idea. And then all the different ways that is tested. And then you have all the different, like the Schumann resonance and what is electromagnetic shielding, what is a Faraday enclosure specifically, what is a digital multimeter, an oscilloscope, a spectrum analyzer. So all of that you can check in the lab, and then once you're done looking around through there, you can always return to the investigation or open up the evidence record once you start to build it. So we'll return, you're back to the site, and then you can return to the six senses here, and then once you're done with this first bit, you'll move through to the rest of the adventure. All right, cheers. Be blessed.